Thanks for returning. I hope this video finds you happy and doing well. As you know by the thumbnail, this video is going to be attempted but resisted, hyped and semi-hyped items that I'm not going to buy and why. So if you're interested, then just keep watching. All right, so I originally got this idea from CJ over at Beauty Essentials, and this is my second video like this, and I'll link the first video in cards that I did, and I'll also link CJ's video up there. And basically this is a video, it's not really like a anti-haul, because with this video, this is just saying that, you know, these items are tempted, but that's not to say down the line that I might not pick it up, because I used to do anti-hauls long time ago, and I would anti-haul all of this stuff, and with some items I would piggyback around and purchase them. So that's why I like this tempted video, because it shows that I am trying to exercise some restraint. And going back to CJ, if you don't know her, you definitely have to go check her out. One of the things that I like about her channel is that she is not the type of YouTuber that encourages excessive consumerism. You know, she always encourages folks or wants you to know that it's okay to like something, but you don't necessarily have to buy everything that you like. Just kind of take a moment and step back and think, you know, do I really need it? Do I really want it? You know, just kind of assess the situation before you just consume. So definitely go and check her out if you don't know her already. So I'm just going to go ahead and talk about the first item, and I'm going to refer to my phone, and I'm basically going to talk about the things that are on trend mood that I see. But the first item that basically jumps out at me on trend mood are the BH Cosmetics Zodiac signs, and I would have to be so proud of myself, because ever since the first one, I've wanted the first Zodiac palette, but I've really been resisting it. I like the formula, I like the texture, I like the color stories on all of those palettes, and every time that I go into Ulta, I swatch it and I'm thinking, should I get it? Should I not? But you know, I resist the temptation and I go ahead and pass it up. But I really like all of them, even the little mini palettes. And if you all know me, you all know that I love the mini palettes. But for that one, I'm going to resist it and pass that one on by. All right, so the next one that I want to talk about is the new Huda palette that's coming out. And first of all, this color story looks very beautiful, and I like the packaging, and I think that really all skin tones could really benefit from the shadows that are in this palette. And typically her eyeshadow palettes are kind of on the pricey side, which means this palette is probably going to be $65 or more. But I am very tempted to purchase this palette. I do have quite a few of her mini palettes that she released a long time ago. I think it was almost, going on 2 years now, or a year and a half. Those first set of mini palettes, I have all of those. And for a long time, I've been resisting her mini palettes, but I did pick up the nude mini palettes, and I'll talk about that in a future video. But this palette really has me tempted, because I know the formula, and her formulas are really good, and especially her metallics and her shimmers and things like that. They look so beautiful. But for right now, I am going to just kind of hold off and not give in to the temptation, and I'm just going to pass this one on by. But don't be surprised if down the line, maybe closer to Christmas, I don't know, that you see me with that palette. But for right now, I'm just going to resist that. All right, so this one is a set of bronzers and highlighters that Physicians Formula is coming out with, and I am so tempted to get the highlighters, because I love the formula on Physicians Formula's highlighters. They're so buttery and soft, and they go on really well. As far as the bronzer quad, I am interested in that, but the deepest shade doesn't look like it would be much of a bronzer on my skin tone, but that one will probably be an easy pass. But the highlighter, I'm so tempted on that. I love a lot of Physicians Formula's products. I like their foundations. Their foundation, the Healthy Foundation, is totally beautiful. I have some of my best looks with that foundation. Their mascara, their eyeliner, their serum, just a lot of their makeup products and even skincare products. And I believe that is so mainly because they try to use better ingredients as well as trying to get a good formula. But that highlighter quad, I am so tempted to buy, but I'm gonna resist it because I have so many highlighters already, and there's a small part of me that wants to do a highlighter declutter, but I get separation anxiety when it comes to that, even when I think about it. So let's move on. Okay, so this is the Violet Voss new palette that's coming out, and these are some colors that really speak to me, even though I have so many palettes that have reds and golds and terracottas and things like that. But I particularly like Violet Voss's formulas. All of Violet Voss's eyeshadow palettes that I have been able to get some really pretty looks with. I think that her eyeshadows are very blendable, and another reason why this eyeshadow palette is so tempting to me is because it's a mini palette. I love mini palettes. I'm just on this mini palette kick these days, but it's a mini palette and it's more on the affordable side. So this is one that I'm very tempted to buy. And the Sephora sale is coming up, and that means that it will be even cheaper, which means the temptation will grow even more. So I'm tempted, but don't be surprised if down the line you see me with that. But for right now, it's a no-go. Alright, so this next one is by Tato Beauty, and I know a lot of you all might be side-eyeing me, but is it just me, or is this palette original? I don't even know if I've seen any other brands do this, where she has all of the colors but in different finishes. I don't know, maybe, or in one palette. I've seen like Viseart have this done, but in separate palettes. But I like how she has the matte, mattes, glitters, sparkles, and metallics. And I really think that's genius. At least I do. You all can let me know what you think about that. And I'm really tempted to get this palette. And I really think that all skin tones can benefit with this palette because it's a gradient effect as far as the shades that she has. And really, this type of palette, you can use it every day if you're not one that's really into all of the bright colors, because I know a lot of folks that watch me are pretty much in my age group or older, and those a lot of those colors can be a little bit much. So I think the color story of this palette is something that I think that everybody could benefit from. In fact, I think that if you're new to makeup and you're just trying to get, one palette, or you're trying to decide what palette to get, I think this probably would be a good one. But I'm very tempted on this. I don't know what the price is, but if it ever goes to Ulta or Sephora, I might get it, but right now I'm gonna resist this one, but I am very, very tempted. All right, so next are these new mini palettes by Urban Decay, the On the Run palettes, and I have the first three, and again, these are minis, so Bridget is going to be tempted. If it's a mini or if the packaging is cute, I'm tempted, and I'm so here for it. I like the greens in the palette. I like the color story in both of the palettes, but mainly I think that it's the completionist in me that is what's making these palettes so tempted. I want to complete the collection, add on to the collection. That's something that I really do need to get over, but I think that is the main reason why I'm so tempted by these. But I did watch Allura Beauty. I saw her video and she swatched these, and the pigmentation looks just as good as the first three. But yeah, I'm so tempted by these, but I'll see how they swatch in the store. But right now I'm going to resist temptation, and I'm just gonna say no. Every time I see it, I'm gonna say no, and I'm gonna go on to the next page or go on to whatever else I'm doing. All right, so these are eyelashes, and you all know that I love eyelashes. you all know that I'm really cheap when it comes to eyelashes. You all know that there's only a certain amount of money that I'm willing to spend on eyelashes. But these are so tempted. These are the, what is this? Unscripted Beauty by Krispies. You all know, as many of you all know, she's a YouTuber here, and these lashes are so pretty, and they're $25. They look beautiful on her. Okay, let me repeat that again. They look beautiful. All of these eyelashes look really nice, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, the sale is coming. I could get them for even cheaper. Are they even gonna be at Sephora? I don't know, maybe not. Let's see. If they're not, then it's probably going to be a no-no. But what it was really making me tempted was, I was thinking if it's going to be at Sephora, then I could get them even cheap, get them on sale. But yeah, these lashes are very pretty, and they look like they're the perfect length to me. And I know you all know that I can be over dramatic with the eyelashes, as well as, you know, kind of on the chill mode with eyelashes. And these eyelashes look like they're somewhere in between, but I'm so tempted on these. Just beautiful. But that price is keeping me at bay. All right, so this is a MAC lipstick collection, and if you all have been following me, you all know that I like to get the kits, the collections of the minis. And the reason that I like that is because you get the opportunity to try different finishes, different colors, without, you know, getting the full size, and it's just cheaper if you buy a set like that. But I'm very tempted because it is a mini collection, but I'm also tempted because of the shades. I do see a few nudes in there that I think that would go really good with my skin tone. But I think a lot of reasons was just keeping it from being a go for me is that I don't really get a lot of use out of my little mini lipsticks, and it's probably because I have so many. You know, after you collect so many of them, it's only so many that you can go through. But that doesn't take away my desire to get a new set. But these are definitely something that I'm tempted by. Very, very tempted. I think these may be, if they're anything like the ones that they had before, I think this set may be $75, and I don't know if I'm in the $75 mood to spend on another set like these, even though I think they're worth it. So this one, I'm for sure going to resist temptation, I think. All right, so this next one is by Kat Von D, and I was in Sephora the other day and I swatched this palette, and the eyeshadows are unbelievable. The metallic is soft and buttery. The kind of soft and buttery that if you press into it too hard, it's going to kind of, you know, put a little fingerprint dent in it. And I'm a sucker for those type of shadows. But, you know, a lot of people don't talk about Kat Von D. I'm surprised that she's even still, you know, here and hanging around, because a lot of stuff of hers goes on sale. But I have to say that the other day I was tempted to get that palette. I was so tempted. But yeah, and you know, the color story does look kind of boring, but here lately, you know, seems like this year I'm really into the palettes where they're pretty much wearable, things that you can wear every day, things that are work appropriate, church appropriate, things like that. Last year I was really into a lot of the colors. Now that's not to say that I will never, you know, have or buy a new palette that has a lot of color in it, but I think that that's what really drew me into this Kat Von D palette, is the shades. But yeah, I'm tempted by that one, but I'm definitely probably gonna resist it. All right, so that's pretty much it. Those are the items that I'm tempted to get, but I'm currently resisting right now. Resisting with a force. Resisting. Let me know, are there some things that you are tempted but you're just going to resist this holiday season? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until my next video, smooches.